CEOs are dyslexic. You say this is not a coincidence.
It's not. I mean, I think, you know, if you struggle at school at some particular area, your brain is going to compensate by by exceeding the areas that you're good at, and you know, of course, schools really have been built just to sort of teach people the basics and teach everybody the same. And dyslexics will ultimately reject that, and they'll go out into the world, and they will be creators. And I mean, for instance, if I may, you know, I was running a magazine. If I'd asked something like AI to decide, you know, what I should do next, it wouldn't have said, you know, start an airline or build a space company, or, you know, try to transform Britain's rail network, or build a cruise company. And you know, but as a dyslexic, you know, I'm inquisitive. I love to learn. I want to create new things that I can be proud of, and that applies to a lot of dyslexics.
Well, Richard, you've been working very closely with the charity Made by Dyslexia, and Kate is the founder of that charity. She's here now. Kate, your own experience with this, you yourself are dyslexic. The reason why you set this all up in the first place was because your son was also diagnosed with dyslexia, and you thought his situation at school would be very different, being that sort of next generation. But things hadn't changed that much, had they?
No, they hadn't. And I had a terrible start at school, but then I was sent to a school that not only gave the extra teaching support I needed for my challenges, but also really focused on strengths. So I was very surprised that nothing had changed when my son started school 30 or so years later. So our mission as a charity is to create free resources, free training, so every single school knows how to spot and support dyslexia. And the campaign we're talking about today is for the workplace as well. We're creating free tools for the workplace with LinkedIn Learning, so every workplace can untap dyslexic thinking as well, because dyslexia is not a disability and a difficulty. It is a really brilliant way of thinking. We just need to support the challenges we have, which is what technology is doing. So we're at a really pivotal moment in time for dyslexics.
Well, in your survey, only 16% of dyslexics feel supported in the workplace. And so now, as Holly said, you guys are working together. You've come up with a name that actually, I think, messes up the dyslexic mind a wee bit, Dyslex-AI.
I'm saying that because you said that because it's what I said this morning, because I looked at that and my thing with my dyslexia, if something's spelt, when the letters are similar, I only see the same word. So I literally couldn't read it this morning. I was like, going, what does it say? But it's a play on dyslexia and the AI. So you've kind of put it on the end. So you pronounce it
Dyslex-AI. Yeah, I mean, dyslexia is a silly word for dyslexic people to spell anyway, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
The purpose behind this campaign is that we know that dyslexic thinking skills are vital for the future. Research has been telling us that the soft skills dyslexic people have are going to become more in demand for the workplace. And now with the rapid adoption of AI, that future is here. And we know that if you combine dyslexic thinking, creativity, innovation with AI, you get really, really amazing results. So it's something every workplace needs to address and needs to learn about, which is why we've produced the free resources for every workplace to skill up and understand dyslexia as the amazing strength that it is.
Richard, you totally and utterly support this, and you think that AI is the perfect co-pilot for dyslexic people, don't you, to sort of really push things forward globally?
I was just trying to think of a new name, maybe AI Captain or something.
Sorry,
something a bit simpler. But I mean, I think we're going to have to put our dyslexic minds into
exactly,
running how we can come up with a new name for dyslexia. I'm 100% supportive of everything that Made by Dyslexia is doing. I mean, it's had 5 incredible years of I think, encouraging kids to realize that they're fortunate to be dyslexic, and the amount of parents and kids that come up to myself and Kate and just say it really has transformed our kids' thinking is very gratifying. And I think if we can get companies on board to embrace dyslexia, to maybe use Made by Dyslexia to help them with their program.
Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Reports Report on Sam's Learning Disability Day. We're going to start on dyslexia, Part 5. October is Dyslexia Month awareness to dispel misconceptions about dyslexia. We have compiled a list of statistics about dyslexia. It is estimated that 1 in 10 people have dyslexia. These numbers are probably just more people with this disability. There are some people that are not diagnosed with it or don't think they have it, therefore they have not been diagnosed with it. It's easier for people to see where people have problems and they may not be diagnosed with it or may not notice as much as schizoaffective disorder. According to this article, over 40 million adults have dyslexia and only 2 million know it. Dyslexia is tied to IQ essential. Was dyslexia had an intermediate IQ of 160? Yes, people with dyslexia have a whole lot of potential. That's written by me. Dyslexia is not. I read numbers back and forth. For example, last week I thought I was supposed to do 29, and instead I was supposed to do 9. Dyslexia is a language-based disability or disorder. Includes poor word depending on reading fluency. Fluency is hard for me unless I prepped and script. It is challenging for me to have reading fluency, especially if I'm not interested in the subject or if I do not use bullet points. Dyslexia occurs in all people of backgrounds and intellectual levels. Dyslexia is nothing to do with working hard enough. 20% of ages school children in the U.S. have dyslexia. In fact, I think some dyslexics will even work harder. With the appropriate methods, dyslexia can be successful and change the NASA. Employees are dyslexic. Dyslexia runs in the family with parents with dyslexia. Very likely for children to have dyslexia. Dyslexia may struggle with organization, planning, and prioritizing, keeping time, concentrating with backgrounds, noise. Dyslexia may excel connecting ideas, thinking outside the box, 3D thinking, seeing big pictures. Dyslexia think outside the box helps them. People with dyslexia may be even gifted in areas of art, computer science, design, drama, electronics, mathematics, music, physics, sales, and sports. Many famous people are dyslexic, including Orlando Bloom, Whoopi Goldberg, Stephen
Keira Knightley,
Albert Einstein, and Patrick Dempsey, to name a few. That's for Part 1, dyslexia. Kansas City Royals lost yesterday 4-2. Kansas City Royals will play the White Sox again. Lance Lynn will be on the mound for the White Sox, and Brad Keller will go for the Royals. Brad Keller has been on the Brad Keller train ride where he's really good to great to terrible. He has more walks than strikeouts. Game time is at 6:40. Cardinals won 6-4. The Cardinals took the series last night. The Cardinals will try to go for the series sweep. The Cubs drop a game below 500. Game time is at 6:40. Jordan Montgomery will go for the Cardinals, and Justin Steele will go for the Cubs. Game time is at 6:40. The Cubs dropped a game below 500. The Cardinals go for the sweep again, as we told you. The NBA playoffs, Sixers beat the Celtics 115-103. Sixers lead the series 3-2. MVP Joel Embiid scored 33 last night. Tracy Messi also scored 30. Jason Tatum chipped in with 36, but only one player had over 30 for the Celtics, and that was Jason Tatum. The Sixers will play the Celtics in Game 6 tomorrow for a chance for the Sixers to take the series. The Denver Nuggets will play the Suns tonight. The Suns to host the game. Potential for Denver. The Denver Nuggets played the Suns last night. Game clincher for Denver's possibility tomorrow. The Denver Nuggets won last night 118 to 102. Nikola Jokic scored 29 and Devin Booker scored 28. The Nuggets lead the series 3-2. Game time for tomorrow is at 9 o'clock. The Heat will play the Knicks. It's possible the Heat could possibly pull 2 upsets, taking the series over an 8th seed and taking a slight upset over the 5th seeded. Jimmy Butler averages 23 points in the playoffs, and Julius Randle averages 25 points in the playoffs, just about. Game time is at 6:30. 3.5 Knicks are favored by tonight. As we said, the Heat have the chance to take the series. The other game tonight is the Lakers-Warriors. Players to watch out for the Warriors and Klay Thompson, Stephon Curry. And for the Lakers, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Game time is at 9. The Warriors are favored by 8. Lakers have a chance to take the series. We'll do more of this Friday. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report.